Ew, yuck.
Right?
It must be because of the air conditioner.
Yeah, the air conditioner just kicked.
Circulating
That's wonderful.
it. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're sitting next to it.
It's really unpleasant.
Okay.
She's staring.
We are live, everyone. Welcome to the 3 Episode Podcast. We are going to be doing our second episode of our sex trio tonight, talking about some kinks and some unusual things that people like as far as sex is concerned. As usual, Val is, well, not as usual, but for this trio, Val is taking over, and she's going to be leading us through some kinks. She has them going by the alphabet, which is why we called the episode the ABCs of Kinks. As usual, I am your host, Justin. Joining me is Val, who, like I said, is going to be taking control of this trio.
Hello, I'm into pornography. You'll get the joke if you're watching it.
And then we have the kinky couple, Ryan and Devin, joining us.
Hello.
And then at some point we should have Steve and Snacky, but they have disappeared. So maybe they're into their own little kinks at the moment. Who knows? So that is my piece. Val, take it away.
All right. So, hi, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about some lists that I've compiled about kinks and fetishes. And so the first thing I want to talk about, this is not going to be as info-filled as the history of sex was last week. This is going to be more of like just kind of being in awe of the crazy things that the human body and the human mind do with sexuality and sex. And so I wanted to differentiate the difference, the definitions and the differentiations between a kink and a fetish. So a kink is something that someone enjoys doing very much, revolving around sex or sexuality, but it's not necessary for them to, it's not like 100% necessary for them to experience pleasure in that way.
Reach climax?
No, not necessarily climax. There's a lot of things that can affect that, but just like in order for them to experience pleasure in the sexual realm, that's something that they really like or prefer, but it's not necessary. A fetish is something that someone is so attached to sexually that they can't usually experience pleasure unless that element from that specific fetish is involved in some degree. So that's the difference between a kink and a fetish. And we're going to bounce around between kinks and fetishes. They're going to kind of be interchanged, not used in the same way, but I'm going to bring up a lot of kinks and a lot of fetishes, and we're just going to bounce around. So,
and we'll try to be respectful.
I am going to try to be respectful, but like sex is hilarious. Sex is one of the funniest things about being human, and like some of the stuff you might not have heard before, and like this is like rule 34 of the internet. If you can think of something, there's porn about it. So
yeah, let's
start with the letter A. And I really like I really like this. So A, the things that I have together for A is age play. So age play is can either be like a kink or a fetish. So like some of these things could be both things. It just depends on whether or not you need them to achieve pleasure in the sexual realm. Age play is when you or your partner dress as a different age that you are, like, those.
Oh, okay. You said age play. I thought you said H play, and I was gonna be like, "Why are we?"
I thought you did
what
too.
is
I thought you were saying like the letter
H.
What is age
No,
play,
age
and why
play-
are we doing age play?
Age play is when I dress up with a gray wig and a walker.
Yes.
Just come into the bedroom like,
Yeah, and you give Devin a coupon and tell her that you get 20% off prunes. So yeah, so that is, it can be that, or it can be, there could be like the most common one is a daddy dominant, like baby girl. That's the most common like partnership in which like a man pretends to be this older dominant fatherly figure, not necessarily in the incest way, but sometimes it probably gets borders on that. And then the girl or it could be, the gender doesn't matter. The other person is like younger, pretends, even down to like, there's some people that like dress in diapers and they go into like what's
Diaper
called
play is like
diaper
a
play
whole
is its
other
own
fetish in
thing. Yes,
itself.
diaper play
Yeah.
is its own thing,
Yeah.
but that is wrapped into age play. So it's just someone who involves age in some way. So that's age play, and I'm good. I'm like very much glossing over these because we have so much to go through, and we're gonna joke about them. Another A one I had was asphyxiation. This is super common. I think a
Oh,
lot
God.
of people enjoy being
Yeah, it's
choked
could
in
never-
bed. It's kind of like one of the like most common when you like start to get into BDSM. That's one of the most common things that people talk about.
one
And
of the
then-
things that interests. Sorry, Develle, I don't
No,
mean to
go
interrupt. One
ahead.
of the
No,
things-
interrupt me throughout this, because if not, I'm just going to keep listing things. But I
So-
want this to be a dialogue.
one of the interesting things, one of the things that interests me, and asphyxiation is probably the first one that you brought up, which is only the second one that you've actually brought up in total. But the first one you brought up that makes me really think about this. But one of the things that interests me as far as kinks and stuff like that is where in your brain it came from. Because it's like most of the time, like I guess some of them could be like you saw a video of it and you're like, oh, that's cool, I want to try that, and then you liked it. But then there's other ones like asphyxiation, like that had to come from somewhere.
So
Like where the
there's
fuck did
actually-
that come from?
there's actually been studies about this, and so what they've come to believe is that at some point in your developing brain, it can be childhood, it can be adolescence, it can be the teenage years, you experience something or are shown something, or you're experiencing something that has to do with that specific kink. Oh, hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hello.
I'm not drunk enough for this conversation yet. Here I am.
We're talking about kinks.
I know.
So we were just
Look, I
talking
got
about,
Devin in here too. You
Oh,
know?
that's probably a mistake.
so yeah, so they've figured out that at some point, I'm going to use like having like a fetish for big boobs. At some
Okay.
point in someone's life, they either had maybe a female figure in their life that they were like either attracted to, or just had boobs that they like were somehow staring at, or like, do you know what I mean? So there's this point of repetition or meaningful experience regarding that fetish or kink in some way that becomes this like kind of like a core memory, the way those core memories are made in that movie Inside Out. And it
I love that you
Oh,
brought
God,
this
I
back
was
to a
even
kids
our
movie.
Inside Out now.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, if we're not going to also talk about how every Pixar mom has a giant dump truck ass, I don't want to be talking about anything to do with sex.
Okay, now I want to see an Inside Out, but from the adult point of view. Where
Yeah,
you're just
I mean,
walking
it
down
was-
the aisles and it's like that one time he stuck it in my butt is just like a memory that's like
Core
sitting there.
memory. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what they figured out about where that comes from, or like, that's relatively where it comes from. And it's not always a positive experience. Sometimes it's negative experiences. Yeah, so the last A that I had was aftercare. And so when people are in the space of being either in a scene, which is like, the agreed upon span of time in which the kinks and or fetishes are being consented to. Afterwards, when that's over, there are a list of needs that everybody, usually has or, can come up with in order to help them get to like back to center, like a grounding experience. Like some people need cuddles, and some people need snacks, and some people like to have their hair brushed, and some people like to just have a nice blanket wrapped around them. So it's like a very
That's like a whole kink by itself, is
so
like the
it's not
stuff
a
that you
kink,
do
but it's
after.
so that's not a kink. There are some
Awkward
things
thing,
related to
yeah.
this that are surrounding kink, and so this would be something that is surrounding kink, surrounding like the world of kink. And aftercare is super important to like check in with your partner and make sure that everything was okay and how they felt and things like that.
So one other comment that I want to make before we get to it is for C, I hope that you added Christmas to the list now that we have Devin on the call.
Well, Christmas only comes once a year, unlike
Already
Devin.
ready.
yeah, I was gonna say Santa comes
Hey,
once
Val,
a
since I
year.
came in late like an asshole, what was the first A one?
The very first A was age play. So like
Oh, okay.
daddy, DDL. Oh, bye. See ya.
Yeah, so I mean, I have quite a few here because I'm on FetLife as we speak.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
abduction play, evasion play, accents, affection, affectionate cruelty, affectionate domination, aftercare cuddles, age play, anal beads, anal chastity, anal cream
Yeah,
pie,
anal, you use that for That's a
anal.
big one.
Yeah.
A lot of
So
anal.
It's
as
got
you
its own category on Pornhub, so you
So
know.
as you can tell, these are, hold on, my cat's being a dick. These are just like a very small smattering of the fetishes and kinks that exist in the world.
I'll show you a smattering. Smattering Dom.
But see, this is the banter that I missed. But I'm using like, I have some common ones and then I have this list of like weird ones that I found.
Well, hey, let me start out B with my personal favorite, which is
Hold
when,
on, we're not done with A yet. Wait a minute. We're not done with A.
Oh, okay.
I've been mutinied. Okay, so for A,
Hi,
the
folks.
weird-
Ribs back.
yeah,
He's in-
I am not nearly drunk enough for this.
I'm actually getting drunk that way thanks to your brother.
Oh, good, yay!
Nice.
About goddamn time.
Enjoy
Val.
high limb cider when you're doing all your gross sex stuff.
I'm sure that's how your brother wants to be advertised.
Yeah, that's the commercial. That's word for word is commercial.
Oh man.
You just
So
hear
the-
spanking in the background and like inflation and
The weird one that I found for A was acrotomophilia. And that is a fetish surrounding amputees or people missing limbs. So some people have a fetish about
Go
either
through my own list here
being
for
an
a moment.
amputee or being, seduced by someone who's an amputee. So that was the weird one that I found. John, did you want to start with B? Did you want to start B off with something?
Oh man, B is the best one because that's where you get to be being called a good girl.
Wait, what is that? What does that have to do with the letter B?
Nothing. It's just being called a good girl.
Oh,
that's a fetish. Being called a good girl.
that's praise. That's a praise kink. That's letter P.
Yeah, but it's under B, bitch.
All right. Well, praise
It's
kink.
specifically being called a good girl.
Okay.
Literally, I will send it to you on Facebook because I almost said FetLife again.
I don't have a fat life. I'm not cool enough.
Yeah, you're really not.
So B, I had bondage. Obviously,
I'll show you.
everybody knows.
Obviously, we got. That's all the ball play too. Like
There's ball
busting and
play. Yes,
ball
there's ball play in which
stretching
the focus is on the balls. But I also had
What about ball play if you're turned on by balls?
yeah, or
Not
balls.
balls,
Yeah,
balls.
like actual
A
like
ball.
balls. Yeah. That's also a thing. I also had
There's
burping.
there's balls, and then there's balls.
There's balls
And then
and then
there's
there's balls.
Balls.
So I have a friend who is an accountant, wink wink, and so one of the things that she will sell is videos and voice clips of her burping, and she'll sell them to men that really get off on the sound of women burping. Or she'll like take a video of herself drinking a can of soda, and then she'll just
Shouldn't that be under A? Isn't that under ASMR?
No, ASMR is its own thing. No, this is specifically burping. Like
Yeah.
just
Okay.
burping.
There's specifically farting too. Later
Yes,
on
and
the
there
list.
is specifically farting as well. So
Yeah.
it's all, and it like there's a kink where people get off on hearing people burp or fart bodily functions. And then one of my favorites is balloons. There's a lot of that's a pretty popular one, is where people get off on people either popping balloons, sitting on balloons. I hate it. I hate the sound of a popping balloon. It makes me so anxious. And so this is like crazy town to me. But yeah, I know that's a pretty common one.
Hey, just before we get too far away from this, I just want to remind everybody that if you go to our website, which Justin can remind everybody the website, there's a ton of sound clips of just, I don't know, Steve burping.
Yeah. We give it
dumbass
away for free,
noises.
baby. You don't gotta pay for that.
You ain't gotta pay for an accountant. you can just go see us and we'll give it to you for free, baby.
Yes. And that's another draw. We're gonna get all the Kinksters on our
Hang on, I gotta
Kinksters.
post. I'm gonna go ahead and post
this is
the
gonna
chat
turn
live right
into an
away.
alt lifestyle podcast. Okay, C. I wanted to start C with a very important one: consent.
I mean, we skipped over a lot of good B ones.
We did, and we're gonna have to skip over so many. And I think at the end we'll do honorable mentions just so I can like get through the list, and that way, at the end we can just be like, "Hey, I think this one's great. Hey, I think this one's fucking weird." So
Anyway, consent, it's key. That's rule
consent
number
is
one.
important. Enthusiastic consent is important. It's necessary for anything involving the sex world, whether it be vanilla or kink. There's a lot that sometimes consent, you got to check in before, during, and after, and consistently and constantly.
All I can think about is that scene from South Park where he's going down the hall in the frat house and he's getting all the papers. He's like, did she sign? Oh, did you do cunnilingus? That's a separate form.
Yeah, and like that's important. We need those papers. We need that mental paperwork.
What about the whole thing of that makes it ridiculous of 50 Shades that she has like 10 pages, like no, it's not even 10 pages, it's like this thick of just paperwork that she has to sign. She has to sign every single page.
You don't realize it, but contracts are a thing. Contract is another C word there. Which there's also, oh man, there's a ton there. I can't believe I'm doing this fucking podcast today. God damn it.
I'm so happy.
I'm not. I'm actually really disappointed in myself.
Welcome to my life.
But meanwhile, I mean, there's the exact opposite of consent, which is consensual non-consent, which is just like,
yes,
I'm giving you permission to not listen to me say no.
Yes. No means yes because I said yes before. And the no that you're hearing now is really a yes because I said yes before.
And then signed a contract.
But
yes, Devin,
you're gonna
don't
do that, you
sign
should really
anything
have a
for
contract.
Ryan.
when there's, but like also piggybacking off what John said with CNC, there's always a safe word. And that's an important part is if you're practicing any type of, I think any type of sex at all should have a key safe word, but especially in situations where no may not mean no because of the complexities of things like CNC and other types of kinks. You got to come up with a safe word, and everybody knows my safe word is gorgonzola, and I'm just, that's everybody, that's for public knowledge. My safe word is gorgonzola. Anyways, the other C that I wanted to talk about was cuckolding because that's another super common one. So that's when either any couple involving a man, usually, sometimes it's a heterosexual relationship, sometimes it's two men, but it's the process of like the husband or the partner watching and being humiliated by another man, usually stronger, larger, bigger dick, taunting him in some way. And he gets off on watching this other person have sex with his wife or husband. So yeah, that's cuckolding. Super, super common. And then the weird C one that I had was chasmophilia, and that is a sexual attraction to like crevices and like chasms in rock.
What?
Like if you saw like a rock that had like a crack in it, you'd want to like stick your dick in it. It's called chasmophilia.
Kinky.
Okay.
That sounds like it hurts.
It does sound like it would hurt. It does sound like it would hurt a little bit. Yeah.
You're forgetting some of the biggest ones here, though, Val.
Yeah, I know.
Number one, cream pie. Number two,
I hate that. I am never gonna yuck someone's yum, but I don't like the food. I don't like the food cream pie. I don't like the food. It gives me like a weird watering in the back of my throat, like I'm gonna puke, because I don't like whipped cream as like a food. And so it's just like infiltrated my brain that like that word makes me like feel pukey. And it's so stupid because that one's a cool one. That one's great.
Have you ever seen Have you ever seen It's Always Sunny?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the cream pie episode?
No.
You have to see the cream pie episode.
I probably intentionally skipped over it because I can't listen to people just repeatedly say that word because I get like,
Pie?
yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like, you know, that food that you ate as a kid that made you puke and now you can't like even taste the food again. Something
Captain
about that
Morgan.
word makes me be like, I don't know why. It's a textural thing. Whipped cream is gross and I can't get away from it. Okay. So wait, what were we going to say about Christmas? Is Christmas, there's got to be a Christmas fetish. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Devin, would you?
Devin has it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would say Christmas itself would not be a fetish, but it could be a kink. You know, if you are like a Christmas lover like I am and you want your partner to dress up as Mr. or Mrs. Claus, or maybe go away on some like weird vacation to like a Christmas farm.
So what I'm hearing is Ryan is going to be dressing up like an elf and getting butt fucked by you one night.
Yeah. I bet
With
you
a candy cane.
I was gonna say, I bet you they make dildos with the candy cane stripe.
Yes, they
sure
do.
they do.
Yes, they
They
do.
do. In fact, I've got my recommendation decided for the night.
There's
Thanks to
another
this goddamn
Okay, well,
episode.
there we go.
Candy cane, that's another C. Christmas.
Candy cane
The
cock.
peppermint, it burns. It burns my asshole.
A little peppermint in the asshole never killed anyone.
Actually, it might. I don't know.
You never know. Okay, so let's go to D for the sake of time.
Let's just say Dick.
D has one of my favorites in it. One of my
Okay,
favorite.
yeah. So I'm gonna
funniest-
go over the
Old
common
chapter.
ones, and then you guys can go fucking nuts.
Okay.
D, dominance. Obviously, this is the D in BDSM. That's, you know, dominating someone, being more like taking control, taking the power in the situation over the submissive or the person
So
who
wait,
wants to
question
be,
on that.
dominated.
Is dominance a fetish or a kink?
So
Yeah.
it's
Both.
both. So there's some
Okay.
people that need to dominate in sexual situations, and then they would be called doms or dominants, and then there's people that need to be submissive in situations, and those are called submissives, and then there's people that can do both, and those are called switches. And yeah, so that's a super broad definition of it, and that's like super common. And then
We didn't go over BDSM as like a full thing in the B.
No, so let's do that. So
Bondage,
BDSM.
domination, sadomasochism, or sadism and masochism.
So BDSM is like the overarching theme for anything that would be probably considered not vanilla when it comes to sex. Vanilla meaning like just plain old mushing your bits together without any fancy stuff going on, or like, you know, character play or dynamics.
What are you doing? Oh, we're just mushing our bits together. It's fine.
I used to call sex a meat puzzle, and I gross myself out, but I also like love it, and that's all I can think of when I think of other people having sex, is just making a meat puzzle. Yeah.
I genuinely hate that, but I understand.
That's
why
what it
you
is.
said it.
It's meat puzzles. You're just making meat puzzles, and there's different designs, and there's different kinds of them. So D, I had dungeon play.
Daddy.
Cool. Daddy play, which is an actual thing. Very super. We kind of talked a little bit about age play in the beginning. Dungeon play is, you know, most of you have seen that cliche scene of like a dominatrix in a dungeon with all like the torture devices. But then there's also like people that get really like period like specific with it, where they're like will actually put people on like torture devices. And then there's like, you know, then you get into like different wearables for torture devices. Then it becomes a whole other thing. But that's all under the dungeon aspect is what makes it dungeon play, I suppose.
I'm so into dungeon play that I hired this man. He's playing my assistant. And he just comes in, just like, yes.
Yeah, you gotta have an Igor. You gotta have someone.
You gotta
with
have
a
an
hump.
Igor.
Yeah. I can't come unless someone with a hump is in the room, just like
At
drooling
the
a little
risk of
bit.
outing one of my very good friends, whom Ryan knows, I was once told, and I quote, that I was going to be hired to just sit places on a stool and masturbate in his presence. And I'm happy to announce that to this day, I have not received any money, nor have I been required to just masturbate while, like, my friend, I don't know, I'll just call him, I don't know, Ben, eats like shredded wheat in the kitchen at the island. Drinks his coffee while reading the morning paper. All the while I'm just over here like, hey Ben, how's everything going this morning, Ben? Great.
Is it like are you supposed to like be like visibly enjoying the fact that other people can see you, or are you just like also reading a newspaper?
In 7 years. I was 23 when this proposition was offered to me, and I have not come back to it since.
Well, here we are.
I think it's better if you're just bored the whole time. You're just staring off into the middle.
Whatever.
Just like not even fully erect. Just like not even
just
half
playing with a limp noodle the whole time.
Yeah, did they specify that it had to be hard? If they didn't specify, you
they also never specified whether or not I had to come.
Yeah, well, there you go. Dealer's choice. I like it. You see, they gave you a lot of room for creativity.
Anyway, other fun D words, degradation. Oh, talk down to me, baby. Talk down to me all night long.
Tell me I'm a terrible human.
Spit in my mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a super. That took off on TikTok in the last 6 months to a year. Was like people using "spit in my mouth" as a compliment.
I mean, TikTok.
Oh, like as in like, oh, that celebrity is hot. I want her to spit in my mouth.
Yeah, like, oh, that TikTok, the person, not even a celebrity, or like the person that's making the TikTok is so, I find them so attractive, I would let them spit in my mouth. I can't stand spit. I was a preschool teacher for years and years, and I was so up close and personal to like snot, spit, drool, pee, poop, puke, blood, any combination of the 2 or 3. And the one that I would take the least is spit. I can't stand when someone has like drool on it. It makes me gag so hard. I could never be someone who spits in someone's mouth, and I could never be someone who especially gets someone else's spit in my mouth. I don't even like when you're kissing someone and like you pull away and there's like the string, like the drool string.
I don't even like kissing people. Sorry,
it just
folks.
fucking. That's but like that's totally a thing. Like not liking kissing, like that's totally fine. Yeah, I don't like drool.
I know from the DMs that I used to get on Twitter that they were like, "Oh my god, it's Riv," and I'm just like, no.
No. All right. Do we have any other good D?
Yes.
Pun intended.
Dollification.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, damsels in distress.
Wait, tell me a sentence about dollification so people know.
Literally turning yourself into a person's personal sex doll. That's like the one sentence explanation.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. That's full like makeup and full like actual like what you're wearing and everything like that. And probably also like mannerisms too.
Going full with it. I actually know one person right here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts who has like a full doll suit.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a different thing. When we get to R, I want to go back to that.
We can hit it at L with latex.
Yes. No, that's it. Okay, so latex is a different thing. But I also wanted to touch on that because that's my favorite weird kink.
Do you think we'll get demonetized if I just decide to, I don't know, take a bath during this podcast episode?
I mean, I think as long as you're fucking...
I feel so dirty right now.
There's got to be a kink surrounding watching people take baths.
There is. It's called having a mommy fetish.
All right, I'm going to E.
D, damsel in distress. Would that be either you want to play the villain and tie her up to the train tracks and then tell her that the train is coming while you gently masturbate? Or is that
alternatively it's when somebody's like car breaks down in the middle of goddamn nowhere?
Yeah.
And like their options are, I don't know, give me a humdinger, or you can walk your ass to 50 miles through the goddamn desert to the nearest gas station, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Or like, I don't have money to pay for this pizza. Is there a way that we could square up?
Not quite.
So, like,
Val,
It's in the same realm.
or is it also like mom got stuck in the in the like washing machine and now I have to get her out?
No, stuck is its own fetish. Stuck is its own fetish.
Wait. So I have one more for D.
Yeah.
One of my favorites for D, and that's dendrophilia. Does anybody know what that is?
I want to say it's a kink against flowers, like rhododendrons, but
it means you're sexually attracted to trees.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
That's nice. That's nice.
It is. I don't know. Fuck a tree. Whatever.
Do you just specifically move up to the redwood forest and be like, I love the biggest trees. These are the biggest fucking trees you ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
you're just standing in the middle of the redwood forest, just like
someone's just
full
like
hard.
Yeah, you're on a nice hike with your new husband, and you're like, I love being married to you, and then you just turn to your left, and someone's like drilling themselves on a redwood.
Oh no! You know the redwood tree that has the tunnel cut into it?
Yes!
You just like walk slowly through it. Just
everybody go hug a tree.
A hot dog down a time machine.
All right, let's go to E. The ones I had for E was obviously exhibitionism, the finding sexual arousal in being watched or being in public while doing sexual acts. And that's the most common one for E that I had. There's electrostimulation.
I really want to see a movie that is the story of this guy who's turned on by trees. So he goes into the forest to fuck a tree, but there's a construction company coming to cut down all the trees, and they catch him in the act.
Fern Gully. This is just a plot of Fern Gully.
They catch him in the act fucking the tree, but they think he's a hippie trying to protect the tree so they don't cut him down. And it just becomes this whole thing of like, now he's involved with the hippies because he's now like this awesome guy preventing the forest from getting cut down, but he was just out in the forest fucking a tree.
Listen to me, Ryan, if you don't involve a tree fucker in our next D&D campaign, I will never play with you ever again.
I mean, he doesn't have to try very hard. He's had a horse rapist in one of his campaigns.
Yeah.
I'm aware. I was versed. Okay, yeah. So
there's not many good ones for Eon Fat Life, just for the record. So
we've got electrostimulation, which is using the power of electricity, like an electric shock, or etc.
Kind of like that scene in the first Jackass film where they put the muscle stimulator on their nut sack, and then they're just like, "I'm gonna do stupid shit," except they go way too hard with it and they just hurt themselves. Except usually, if you do it right, you come. In which case, you finish.
Yes. Okay. And then the other one for E that I had was edging. And that's a pretty common one too.
Wait.
Close to like the side of a cliff.
Yeah. You gotta come into the Grand Canyon. That's edging.
Devin, what do you think edging means?
It's where you make the grass look good.
Wait, what?
She says she doesn't know. I want you to guess. What does
if you had to say something what would edging be?
Oh man, can we make this the game for like the fucking interlude episode?
Yeah, I think anytime there's one that's not like obvious, we should see what Devin thinks.
Edging would be like, I have no idea.
This is actually like one of the easiest and simplest.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
I want to tell you, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying.
I
just make something up.
Okay, edging is like when you're really close to coming and then you stop. I don't know.
Yes, that's exactly exactly
That's
what
literally
it is.
what it
Yes.
is.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
How proud of you I am.
Aw.
Look
Well
how proud of
done.
you I'm pretending to
Yes.
be.
So edging is when you bring someone to the very brink of orgasm and
I
then
thought
you
that was
deny
blue
them that.
balls.
Huh?
I thought that was blue balls.
Yeah, well, blue balls is did you know that blue balls is fake? Everyone? Anyone?
Yeah.
Blue balls is
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I knew that. I think
Yeah.
I did know that.
Anyone have anything else that's good for E?
Nah, homie. I already said
All
there's
right.
nothing good on FetLife.
Okay, F. There's a ton. My weird random one is formicophilia, and that is a sexual attraction to bugs and insects. I also had in my notes F is for furries, and that is not necessarily okay. So the furry life is a hobby lifestyle in which people dress up as animals in like full furry animal suits, and it's not a sexual thing for everybody, but it's a sexual thing for some of them, and I thought that was worth noting.
I feel like F is for furries is like a children's book that you just don't read your children.
Yes. The other one for F I had.
Or it's a primer for going to a convention sometimes. F is for furries.
F is for furries. And then a couple other ones I had. There was farting, but we talked about that. And then foot fetish. Almost everybody knows somebody who has a foot fetish.
Yeah, Ryan.
Okay, so if you don't have the two that I'm looking at right here, I'm gonna be very disappointed in you, Val.
No, go ahead. I purposely didn't delve that deep because I wanted to see what you guys came up with, because it wouldn't be fun if we all have the same ones.
I mean,
Okay, so
food.
my first. No, go ahead, John.
Yeah, John, that's another really good one.
I mean, I just have FetLife up at the moment.
All right, well, you're cheating.
I'm not cheating. I have the whole list. Facial/face sitting, anything along those lines. Figging, which is terrifying to me, and I'll never do it.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, yes, that's one of the ones I was about to bring up.
Wait, figging? Wait.
I'll let Justin explain it.
Thanks,
wait,
John.
can I get what?
Are
Wait,
you sure you
hold on.
want to play another round of Ask Devin?
Yes.
What it is?
Yeah, I want to ask Devin.
Devin, what do you think figging is?
Wait, let me get my camera back on so I can actually show my attention.
John specifically said it's something he wouldn't do, so that really puts a lot of limitation on what the possibilities of this could be.
I feel like this might be illegal.
It's not illegal, but it's terrifying for me, and I will never do it. And if my family's listening, stop.
Hey, if you heard me talking on this episode,
I have no idea what it is. I've never heard of figging before.
It's where you take a fig and you cut it in half.
I'm thinking that figging has to be. No, wait, hold on. I'm thinking figging has to be sticking something large up your butt.
Oh, can I make a guess?
I want to also make a guess.
Wait, could figging be like?
Because I'm thinking about what a fig looks like.
I'm thinking maybe.
Hang on, time out real quick. Justin, do you have the definition up in front of you? Because I can't.
Yes.
Wait, Ryan, you tell me
I
your
have the
idea,
definition.
and I also have a science-based idea, so I want to hear.
My guess is putting a rubber band around your balls until they turn blue.
Ooh, okay. I thought so. You know how like figs sometimes have like a wasp that like some figs, in order to there's like fig wasps, and they like climb up inside the fig and then they die in the fig.
Yeah.
And then that's why figs sometimes are not always vegan, because of the dead wasp in them.
Can I give you guys a very kind of a clue? Well, not a clue. It has nothing to do with figs at all. Like nothing to do with figs.
All right. Hold on.
The fact that it's called figging has nothing to do with figs.
All right. Well, can you?
This is like the exact opposite of like the blue balls that we just talked about, or the edging, where the name actually doesn't help you with it. It means nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called figging.
Give us the definition.
Hit us with
A
it.
sexual. Okay, ready? It's a sexual interest in inserting a piece of peeled ginger in the anus or vagina and enjoying the burning feeling.
Dude, that's what I said. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. That's so close to what I said. You know how when you stick a wasp in a fig? You know how you stick a wasp in a
Or,
fig?
I don't know, a gerbil up your butt and has to get out.
Yeah,
of
like Richard Gere.
Little nibble around.
Yeah, I think I should get partial points for that. I think I should get partial points. That's very it's like the burning of a wasp in your ass, and your ass is the fig.
I think I'm gonna have to start drinking vodka soon.
Yeah, this is fun.
do you know what frauding is? FROTTING.
It's this, but dicks. It's this, but dicks.
What?
It's this, but dicks.
It's rubbing the penises together.
It's this, but dicks. It's scissoring with penises.
It's called frauding?
Frottage. Frottage or frauding.
Kind of like when you become a Boy Scout, but with another man.
It's tummy sticks. It's playing tummy sticks.
Don't be a dummy. Come on my tummy.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to G.
I don't get that because like I could see scissoring because that's staple, but like that makes no sense. It would just be like just like all over the place. And
okay, so wait. So this is gonna be an easy one. But frauderism. What do you think frauderism is?
Being into fraudering.
If frauding is rubbing two penises together, what do you think frauderism is?
Enjoying getting my penis rubbed with another penis?
No.
Oh.
Frauderism? Watching someone
being into fathers
rub their dicks together?
Going like this so the penises go like this.
No.
Frauderism is the liking watching people play tummy sticks.
No, it's the act of rubbing your penis or genitals against people who have not given their consent to do so.
Oh, boo!
Oh, so like the Japanese subway.
I was gonna say kind of like when you and I work with a whole bunch of Spanish folks in a very small kitchen back in Ansonia.
Yes.
I don't like that one.
Kelly, if you're listening, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
That was rapey. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my weird one for G. G, I had gerontophilia, and that is a sexual attraction to old people, senior citizens, old elderly people.
Is it like geriatric?
Yeah, so like gerontology is like the study of old people, I believe, and so gerontophilia is just wanting to fuck old people.
As somebody who used to work in a nursing home, I don't understand that. That's very disgusting to me.
There's a lot of kinks I don't understand. And then I had gagging as one. Some people get off on
choke me like you hate me, but you love me. Monkey, you wanna take me?
There's also something called graphoerotica, and that's when people get turned on when other people like write words on you.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun night in.
So
the other one I had was
forgot what it was, but I happened to bump into Val last weekend because I decided to go out and she convinced me to come out. And so like we're watching this band, there's a whole bunch of like burlesque and strippers and like a super subby bottom, and then one chick just like, paint on me, daddy, and we're all like, all right,
that was cool.
Sure. So we painted on her.
There was a performer that during the song she laid out like a plate of little paint, like blobs of paint and paintbrushes, and during the song she just kind of danced and we painted on her, and it was really cool. I do weird stuff in my time off, so and so does John. John was there.
That's true, I was.
The other one I had for G was gaping, and everybody that is
wait.
Yeah. Devin,
what's gaping? I like this game.
Gaping?
This is a dirty, nasty one.
Gaping?
No, it's not.
It's really not.
It's not nasty. It's just not. I don't want to give it away.
It's not clean.
It's not. No, it could be. It could be clean. It's just not. It's like uncomfortable.
Yeah, it sounds very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it sounds like something that's not going in the right place.
It has something to do with that sometimes.
I can't wait for her to give up because I have the perfect example as to what it is.
Speaking of, did we go right over fisting for F?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I said
Yeah.
fisting, and I don't know if it made it into the whirlwind of
Somebody
talking.
give me a clue for gaping.
right.
It would be really easy for someone to be fisted if they were also practicing gaping.
Yeah, Devin,
does that
when
mean
you
that
go
you
to
have,
the
like, an extra
OBGYN, you know when they
Y?
put the speculum in you so they can see inside you?
Yeah. Gaping is exactly what it sounds like.
So like
The gaping
spreading
hole.
Your
Yeah,
Oh.
making the holes real big and keeping
Honestly,
them there.
Whole
The
hole.
funniest one I've ever
Oh,
seen
oh,
was
yes.
mini
Holding
golfing
with
with somebody's
like
gaping
a
asshole.
tool?
Well,
Is there a tool? for
holding it
that?
up. Well, yes, there is a speculum.
Yeah, sometimes it's fingers, sometimes it's a speculum, sometimes I don't know. I've seen some porn where they can just hold their asshole that wide open on its own, and
Listen, that takes
frightening.
practice.
yeah,
Can
that's
we
what
move
I
to
mean.
H
Like
now?
my sphincter, it can bear. I have a very shallow anus. I feel like because my butt could never do that. Did I just make a sound bite? I just made a sound bite, didn't I?
What about
There's
goat?
so much loaded information in that.
What about goatsy then?
I already said
Oh
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Goatsy
hey,
is
Sam, I don't mean to
extremely
kill
big.
this yum, but like
What is
we're an
goatee?
hour in and we're not even halfway through the alphabet
That's all
yet.
right. We can always slam.
Yeah.
We'll slam through. Okay, let's go to
That's what
H.
she said.
There you
We'll
go.
slam through. My weird one, harpaxophilia. That is the getting turned on by being robbed or burgled.
Rob me, daddy.
Rob me, daddy. Rob my holes.
Just don't take the TV.
Yeah. H is for. I also had humiliation.
H is for whores.
H is whores. I had humiliation. I don't know if anybody had anything else.
I
for
was
it.
gonna say that. And also human furniture.
Oh, I love that one.
What is human
Put
furniture?
plastic on
Oh,
me like I'm your
I
grandma's
know.
couch.
Hey, Devin, what's it sound like?
But like, why? Like, is it just sitting on someone?
Yeah.
Who knows? Fucking whatever you want to do.
Fuck
world
it, you're
is
an
your
ottoman
oyster.
now. Eat my whole asshole after I in my ottoman.
All right, so
Fuck it, you're a urinal now. Get shit.
all right, let's go to I. We're totally missing a whole bunch, and we'll come back to it at some point.
I hope we don't.
Um,
Impregnation
I-
fantasy.
What'd you say?
Impregnation.
Yes,
fantasy.
impregnation is a super common one where you fantasize about being bred or impregnated or things involving fertilization and or being pregnant.
You looking real submissive and breedable today.
Yeah, you're looking real submissive and breedable today.
Hydrophrodisia.
What?
Hydrophrodisia.
What's that?
Deriving the sexual pleasure from the smell of genital sweat.
Oh man, that is. I have the
So
opposite.
Hang on.
I have whatever the opposite of that is. That's my kink. I had ichthyophilia.
Is that the smell of the rain fetish?
No, that's petrichor.
Whatever.
Ichthyophilia is sexual arousal relating to fish.
God damn it, Val.
You
Onwards to Jay. You've ruined it for
You
everybody.
remember last week when we were talking about how dolphins used to rip the heads off fish and fuck them?
Nope.
And then I had impact play. So that's
Wait, did you do my Google search last week?
Did I what?
No, you probably didn't. The dolphin Google search. That
Oh no, I
sent you on.
didn't.
Okay.
I probably repressed that memory.
Okay.
I just got a lot of trauma from that last week. Okay. Impact involves the use of hands, paddles, whips, whatever you have around your house
Daddy.
to hit the body, canes. You got to be careful with that because you can actually cause bodily damage.
Hey, gang. I need y'all to know I just scared my dog.
Oh, the baby. Okay, so I'm going to Jay. I'm going to start speeding through. Jay is a puppy. It's a baby. Look at the baby belly. I can't work under these conditions with cute animals, Riv. Okay, so Jay, I had technically it's S, but I had it under Japanese bondage or shibari.
Yeah, that's the only one I had here too.
And
Yeah.
then, so that's like the art of like artfully and skillfully tying people up or being tied up in knots that cause some pain but don't cause any permanent damage. That's the idea, at least.
The only one I can think of at the moment, aside for that, is JOI.
Yes, JOI. I also had that, which
This
is
Shibari.
jerk off or jack off
Oh
instruction.
man, I was gonna say let's make Devin guess.
No, I have
What
one.
am I guessing?
I have JOI. I blew the load early
Joy.
on JOI.
Yeah.
And that's just jack off instructions. A porn video where someone instructs you how and
Yeah. Yeah.
to do stuff.
Rub it.
Part of
Yeah.
Shibari is
Do it.
also is the putting it on and taking it off is also part of the whole thing and everything like that. And it's like
Looks so
very much
painful. That looks
it's
like
supposed
it
to be
hurts.
painful.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got a lot for Kay. There's so I had a couple of them. I had Kismo
This is a letter that I wanted to talk to Steve about. Because this is a letter that includes a knife play.
It is a
Okay,
letter
yes.
that
Okay,
includes
so
knife
most
play. How did you know?
obviously there's knife play. And that's, the danger of the sharp edges of a knife.
I've had a whole conversation with Steve about knife play. That's why I wanted
That
Steve to be
goes-
on here
yeah.
to talk about knife play.
Well, we can talk about knife play in the interlude. So knife
Yeah.
play, yes.
Can we not? I don't want to give him
Involving
a
knives.
fucking thing.
And then you can get into, you can get into blood play with that. Some people don't get into blood play. That's a whole thing. Knife play is also in the same realm as gun play, which is the same thing with a gun, either whether it be loaded or not.
That sounds dangerous as fuck.
That is very much like it is dangerous. It's very dangerous. And so I was going to say it very much takes a ton of different conversations about consent and a ton of different conversations about a lot of different things. But that's actually like a pretty
That reminds me of a certain scene from Bible Black.
I was gonna say Pulp Fiction.
Yes, it's all yes. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had I had Knismolagnia.
That's a big old word. I don't know if you know how to pronounce it.
Knismolagnia, and that is the fetish around being tickled.
That's just a wholesome fetish.
No,
That's
it
like
isn't. Not when
No,
the
it's
person's
not.
getting a boner.
No, it
It
Ryan,
sure
you
isn't.
think you like being tickled until you can't stop someone from fucking tickling you.
Yes.
But
And
I
then-
feel like as a thought of it, I think even like they would accept it in Utah. Like it seems like a harmless on the surface sort of
You know
thing.
what? You know what else they probably accept in Utah? Then clown play and clown porn and the Wu-Tang Clan and insane
Oh, I didn't
clown
even use
posse.
clown and C. All right, so then I had clismophilia, and that is a Greek word, and it means
Ooh,
arousal by enemas, and so that is arousal by giving or receiving enemas and the things.
listen,
surrounding
I
us.
just like knowing that I'm clean down there
yeah,
and empty.
the idea, yeah. So yeah, that's that.
Wait. Catoptronophilia.
Big old
Yeah.
words, gang. I don't think you know how to pronounce these.
Catoptronophilia is a kink of mirrors, is liking to be fucked or masturbate in front of a mirror.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Ooh, I
I'm
like
doing
that.
it right now.
Like American Psycho.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the studio.
And technically kleptophilia. There's people that get turned on by stealing.
Yes.
I can't come unless I steal an MP3
I
player.
can't come unless I'm in Claire's shoving earrings down the back of my pants.
I don't like that at all, Val. I think I need to call the police on you.
Oh, it's all right.
Except you're in a handcuff.
I'm already not allowed at the mall.
Unless it's the Braintree Mall. They don't give a fuck.
No, I'm allowed at the Square One Mall too.
I'm sorry.
Do you guys know about that mall, the Square One
It's
Mall in Saugus, the one that
awful.
had a never mind. L is for limits. Limits are important, especially when you're talking about consent. Soft limit. There's soft limits and hard limits in kink. A soft limit is something you're curious about, but you're unsure if it's right for you. And a hard limit is something that you're sure is off limits. And you're supposed to have communication about your soft and hard limits with your partner before any scene play is happening. And then I also had lithophilia, which is lithophilia is a sexual arousal from gravel or stones. And I feel like it would be really easy for construction workers to hide their
Develop
fetishes
it.
like this.
Jerry, I see you're sporting that hard on again. It's gravel day.
Jerry, you got a hard hat on your hard on. How you doing, buddy?
I love the look of stones in the morning.
And then I had lactophilia. You're attracted to lactating breasts or breast milk. Yeah.
Lesbophilia.
What'd you have?
Lesbophilia.
The attraction of lesbians.
Yeah, that's just being a human.
I'm gonna do the easy, low-hanging fruit. Lingerie.
Yep.
Fetish.
That's true.
Which like there's a ton back there too. You throw costumes, cosplay, et cetera, et cetera. That's
Right.
where like you can add in all those other kinky things like latex and leather and vinyl clothing, yada yada yada. Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman, whatever fucking film that was, like, a lot of young boys learned a lot about themselves that day.
Yes. Yes. You're correct.
What is the latex one? It's probably later. Is it in the vacuuming? The latex there's the latex.
That's the side of it. I was specifically bringing up latex in the form of like latex clothing that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good ones. Those are good to throw in there. Okay. I had masochism, which is the M in BDSM. It's just sexual stimulation out of being having pain, painful things happening to you rather than giving out the pain. So you enjoy being flogged, spanked, whipped, hit, caned, emotional pain like humiliation or insults. That is the whole umbrella term of masochism. Also for M, I had massage. There's like a ton of massage porn everywhere. It's just kind of like it starts off as like a massage and ends up in being something real horny and sexy.
You know what though? There's a dude on YouTube that I follow, and this is actually child friendly, so it's wonderful. He's an ASMR artist, and he's just this Turkish barber, and like he's just like, let me wash your hair, let me give you a little head rub, let me fuck your arms up real good, and then it's 30 minutes of this dude just like rubbing people's like spines into oblivion.
That seems nice.
It's the most wonderful thing I watch all week.
That's nice. I'm glad that didn't take a gross turn.
Listen, not everything I do is going to take a gross turn. Just most things.
Yeah, exactly. Just the majority. All right. So for M, I had melissophilia, and I would like Devin to try and guess what melissophilia is.
Being attracted to people named Melissa.
Wait,
actually
melissophilia or maisophilia?
It is it. No.
How do you spell it?
Maisiophilia?
Did I write it wrong?
You're just like Melissophilia.
Maiesiophilia.
No, it's melissophilia.
Okay.
Melissophilia.
Devin, I've just answered it for you. It's an eroticism towards people named Melissa.
It's not a you don't want to fuck people named Melissa. Well, maybe you do.
I mean, I can.
Melissa.
You're just telling me I can't.
Melissophilia.
Melissophilia must be
Me being in love with Lizzo.
it must be like a fetish. I'm trying to think. Do you know what this is?
No, I have no idea.
Well, we've done a lot of maybe stimulation of.
There's no way in hell you'll guess this. I'll give you $1 million if you guess.
Stimulation of the clitoris. I'm not sure. That's my best guess.
No, that's clitorophilia.
Yeah, clitorophilia. So melissophilia is sexual arousal and attraction to something surrounding bees and wasps.
You ever had your pussy fucking stung by bees? It's wonderful, apparently.
I feel like that's
That sounds
not
terrible.
true. That doesn't sound true. To
That does
me.
not
Do you
sound
have
accurate.
do you have Maceophilia on there?
No, tell me what that is. I thought
Yeah,
I
tell me
spelled
that.
things wrong.
Okay.
Wait,
Quick,
you know what I
quick
just realized?
does
that
anybody
joke
want
is-
to guess? It goes by a different name probably on the porn websites, but this is the actual
No,
scientific name for
hold
it.
on. Just I don't think anyone will know it.
I'm
What
not
is
gonna
it?
know it.
It's a prego fetish.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Maceophilia.
All right.
What is it
Okay.
called on porn websites?
Y'all remember in
Prego.
Rescue Me
Oh.
when fucking Dennis Leary was trying to fuck his like, I'm gonna call her sister-in-law who was pregnant, and yeah, that happened a lot. That was a weird show
I
with
think
Dennis
that's
Leary.
probably a super common one, like a kink around pregnant people.
Unless you're just
um,
not into children at all. I don't want to be fucking a chick and then some dude grabs my dick from the inside. No, thank you.
That's not a. All right, I'm moving on. And
Moving
I
on.
had nasophilia, and that is a fetish for sucking on and doing other sexual things to noses. I
Needle
also
play.
needle play, which is pretty self-explanatory. Anything involving, needles.
Sharp, sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nipple stimulation, which is, also pretty self-explanatory. Things involving licking, sucking, biting, doing different things to the areola.
I don't know if Justin's got this one up, but the last one on the list here is Nayo Taimore, which is some sort of Japanese thingamajig, and I don't know what that is, so yeah.
I do not. I have nullification, which is probably the most dangerous one on this fucking list. Maybe other than
Nullification?
necrophilia. Yeah. Necrophilia, at least you didn't do the killing. Nullification is being sexually aroused by removing body parts.
Oh.
Oh wow.
I mean, I've watched Saw. I've masturbated to it at least once. Not my proudest fap.
I've only orgasmed to Hostel twice, you guys.
Honestly, the opening to Saw 5 gets me off every time.
Does anybody have narratophilia? I'm sure you could probably figure out what that
You
is.
say
Is that a kink
Narutophilia?
about short stories?
Is that a kink about doing the Naruto run into Area 51?
No, a kink for telling or listening to dirty stories.
Ooh,
So
I
you can
think
get off just listening to some dirty talk.
Okay, so there's this app that was, I think it was geared towards women. I forget what it's called, but it's literally just
Bumble.
people. No, it's like a sexual audio app in which people act out sexual audio things, but like it's an app, so you just like listen to it. And it wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard. It was literally just like people acting out a very like plot heavy sex scene, including the sex itself, with like and it got kind of weird when like they would like it was
Do
like
they continuously scream in, out, in, out?
no, but there was
Yeah.
like slurping noises. It sounded like someone was in the background making, you know what a Foley effect is?
Yeah.
So if people listening don't know, a Foley sound effect is like when you like wiggle a saw back and forth or like, to make thunder, or to like, anything involving making a sound effect and adding it into. And so that app sounded like they did some like weird suction slurpy Foley effect things. Anyways.
What do you do for work? Oh, I make Foley.
I make Foley effects for porn, for audio porn.
Although somebody in Japan
an
definitely
accountant.
has that. Somebody in Japan definitely has that job because hentai.
Yes, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Last I had nylon fetish, wearing tights, ripping tights, having someone else wear tights. That's a whole thing. Oh, my mom is texting me. This is fun.
Mom's like, I really wish
Yeah,
you wouldn't
she-
talk about this
she
stuff.
She texted me to say she was not watching anymore. So I
Did she just get to it? Did she just get to like the
she
fucking...
got to it. There was a point where she just it was at 8:30, so it was 45 minutes ago. She checked out early.
That's about when I checked in. So
Yeah, that's about
your
when you
mom
checked in.
saw me and was like, "Oh, Riv's back. Nah, I'm good."
All right,
wait.
go ahead.
One final one for N, and that's nyctophilia.
Is that like having sex at night?
Yes.
So
yes, it is. Being turned
Nikta-
on by the darkness.
yeah, I speak a little bit.
Darkness! You're the crazy motherfucker!
I speak a little Greek, and the Greek word for night is like you say Kali Nikta, like good night. Yeah. So I cheated. That's the only reason I know.
No, that's fine. That's. I mean, most of these are Latin, so if you knew Latin, you'd probably get every single one.
So most fetishes are Greek origin. Like philia is a Greek word, phobia is a Greek word. Most things have Greek origins when it comes to
Those goddamn boy lovers in Athens.
Oh God, I love a good Greek. All right, so we're gonna go to O. I'm gonna start going a little bit faster so we can orgasm denial, orgasm. You know, the JOI could be considered under O.
Orgies.
So I had orgies, which is a large gathering of people doing sex things to each other, more than one person. I would say, so you have your sex between two people. You got a threesome, you got a foursome, you got a fivesome. I think after you get to 5, it's considered an orgy.
Technically speaking, the official definition of an orgy is 4 people in a room with their shoes off.
I've had a lot of orgies then.
Yeah, you have.
All right. Well,
wait. So O contains one of the grossest ones, at least for me.
Really?
That when I read it, I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit, and that's oculolinctus.
Is that having sex with 8 people at once? Because I heard
is that
oculo.
an eye? Is that have to do with
that?
Your
Is
eye?
the sexual desire for licking eyeballs?
God
Dude,
no.
okay.
God.
Right?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, that's the no for
Hold
me,
on a
dog.
second. Hold on. Wait a minute. I need to completely railroad this for a second. As a child, I loved my grandmother very much.
Oh God, are we about to get
I
into
loved my
something
grandmother
dark?
very much. She was the sweetest lady. I love her to she is no longer with us. She was the most kind, sweet. She was an angel. There's one time I remember I had something in my eye, and she was like, "Oh, let me lick it out." And I was like, "What?" And I was like a little kid. I was like little. I was like in like elementary school age, and she like tried to tell me that like her mom used to like lick stuff out of her eye, and she tried it to me, and I was like, "No, absolutely not." And so
because she grew up in the Great Depression.
Because she grew up in the Depression.
Not gonna waste it.
We're not gonna waste a tissue or a crumb in the eye. Yeah. Can we talk about objectum sexuals and objectophilia for a second? Because this one's great.
Is that similar to objectification?
I don't know. Objectification is treating people like objects.
Yeah.
Objectophilia is the sexual arousal to things that are inanimate.
No, so
Hey,
what I was about to
don't
say,
fuck
Val.
that chair.
What I was about to say, Val, is that dude that had his sexual attraction to his pool floats.
Yes,
that's objective.
That's objective. So there's a lot of like weird, I don't know, TLC or something does a lot of weird fetish things.
Sex sent me to the
so
ER.
there's like a woman who was she was like married to a Ferris wheel, or like there's people that claim to be like, you know, in love with their cars, or there's a woman that says she has affairs with the Eiffel Tower. It's essentially just
time out, because I happen to know somebody who tried to go have sex with a goddamn Lamborghini. Ryan.
It was a Maserati. That was a Maserati.
We're not judging. No judgment.
No, when it comes to Ryan, I judge hardcore.
It was a Maserati.
You don't put your dick in crazy, Ryan.
All right, let Ryan fuck his cars. I want to get to the end of the alphabet.
Why do you think I got a wider tailpipe for my car?
Yeah, well, your penis is small, so it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
I like a lot of banging around. It's fine.
I hate it here. P is for puppy play. This is when you or one of your partners wants to dress up like a dog or a dog owner and do dog related things, like eating out of a dog bowl, or being led on a leash, or wearing a collar, things like that. P, I also had pregnancy.
You hear that, Noelle? You're a fetish.
No, she's a sweet angel baby. How dare.
Oh, I fell.
P is also for pregnancy fetishism, which we talked about.
Yep.
I also had pony play, which
Yep.
is kind of the same thing as puppy play. But
Yay!
you're like a horsey instead of a doggy.
And
You
we're
like
gonna
to be attached
we're gonna
to a
go we're gonna
cart.
go do a whole bunch of fucking like obstacle courses, and you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
pull my
I'm gonna
goddamn
Put
chariot.
a bit in your
They
nose
have-
and then feed you some oats.
They have full weekends where you and your pony come and you come to the stables and the pony lives in the stables.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
This
move
is
on.
also where pegging would be.
Oh, pegging! I love that
Let's-
mainstream culture has gotten into pegging. That makes me
What's
so
pegging?
happy.
Pegging is where I put in your pooper.
Wait, what's pegging?
I mean, I based off of what John just started to say, is it like anal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anal
but,
could
like,
when
be
you fuck
involved
you-
in it. Yes.
Yeah.
but like,
when you
sweetie,
fuck a
you wear
dude.
the strap on and do the pegging.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
So,
though.
so
Here's the
Devin,
thing,
you're
though.
on top tonight.
Yeah. So it's when like it's when traditionally femme wears a strap on and fucks someone in the butthole.
Does it have
Which
male
makes
or
sense
female?
because your fucking G spot is there. I don't understand why men don't just always have something up there. Because that's what I would do.
How do you know I don't, Val?
I don't. I guess I don't ask.
I just walk around with Ben Wall balls up my ass all day. It's fine.
No, you need a fucking flared base, Ryan. That's how
I'm
stuff
just
gets
picturing
lost.
the episode of Archer right now, where every time they see the guy, his name is Benoit, and
Is
they go
Justin
balls.
dead? Did Justin pass away? What just
Justin's probably like feeding the child, but hey,
Yeah.
that's a great transition for me to go polyamory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, polyamory, yes, but that's less sexual and more like lifestyle. Okay, so I'm gonna go quick because we're at Q and we are low on time. Q, I have queening, which is a dominant female over a submissive partner. It's kind of like face sitting a little bit. There's also quirophilia, which is an attraction to fingers or like a good manicure or like someone smoking a cigarette, like hands. So like the opposite of a foot fetish. It's quirophilia, I want to say. Or
Somehow
queer-
that makes more sense to me than the foot fetish.
Yeah, well, some people like the stink of a foot. Some people are like into the stink of a foot. And then there's also queefing. Some people are into things around queefing.
There's a lot of things we've said tonight where I'm just like, I remember that South Park episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Park has kind of just eventually covered every kink
You
possible.
guys are a bunch of queefs. What the fuck's the queef?
Did you see? Not to sidetrack us, but did you see that they have been approved for 3 more seasons and like 4 movies?
Yes.
Yeah, on Paramount Plus or some
They're
shit
gonna be
like
like
that.
The Simpsons. They're never gonna stop.
Yeah.
Okay. R is my favorite.
Rim jobs,
No. Okay. I'm gonna go through the ones that I
roadhead.
Okay,
Restraint?
roadhead. Yes, roadhead.
Roadhouse.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We want to educate. So roadhead, getting a blowjob while you're driving. Rim job, having someone lick your butthole. Role play, taking characters outside of your day-to-day life into a sex scene. That can be anything from a nurse's outfit to a furry to a puppy to whatever you want to
To
do.
a latex French maid.
So I also have my favorite.
Maybe an Asian
my
schoolgirl.
favorite.
Maybe an Asian schoolgirl.
Yes, exactly. My favorite fetish out of all of these is called rubbering or masking. And that is the fetish of wearing like a rubber person suit, and it's usually like a woman.
What?
So it's traditionally men. That will.
What's the name of it? I missed the
It's
name.
called, sometimes it's called rubbering, sometimes it's called masking, sometimes it's called like a few different things. And it's not always sexual. Sometimes it is. And people will get like full body latex or rubber suits in the shape of like the female body. So like you'll get an entire rubber suit and it'll zip down the back and you put it on and it'll give you these like titties and
Gives you
hips and
titties.
stuff.
It gives you a coochie.
Gives you a coochie, and then people will
it
then
turns
take
into a
like an
fucking
entire latex like mask, full like with a full face, hair. They'll get the wig on, and they will literally wear this rubber suit with like women's clothing or whatever out Sometimes they'll wear it out to run errands. They'll wear them to conventions involving other people who enjoy masking or rubbering. And it's not always sexual. Some people just want to feel like, have like the feeling of being a female without actually having to do anything except for wear a suit. And so that is one of my favorite. There's actually a TLC episode about a man who, a few men who do it, and they're like normal. Well, I wouldn't say normal. They're relatively normal people, but they just have a hobby of dressing up like rubber women. And it's not really realistic either. It's like very much like you can tell it's a rubber suit in the shape of like a woman body. But I don't think they're really going for realism.
They're not.
Yeah, so
it goes back to the whole dollification thing.
Yeah, it's very, when you were saying dollification, that reminded me of rubbering. Does anyone else have? There's also R word. There's also like CNC, which is like R word play involving like things.
It rhymes with the word gape.
Yeah, it rhymes with the word gape, but it starts with an R, and grape without the G. That goes into the consensual non-consent umbrella.
That made me sad for a second, because that made me think of the
Trevor Moore. I know.
The whitest kids. Yeah, Trevor Moore. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That made me sad for a second.
I'm so sad
your
he died.
And your father and your brother and your sister.
I'm so sad he died. R.I.P.
Yeah. Wait, I have one under R for Ryan.
Yeah.
It's revving. What do you think revving
is? It when
he turned on by the car engine?
Being turned on by usually it's a man, a guy. It's majority is men being turned on by women, either barefoot or in high heels, pressing the gas pedal of cars or motorcycles.
Hear that, Devin? You got to buy yourself a motorcycle now.
Okay. S. There's
sadomasochism.
There's sadomasochism. Yes, that's an umbrella term. Spectrophilia, which is a sexual attraction to ghosts or paranormal spirits.
And that makes me think of the Scary Movie scene, Scary Movie 2, where she fucks the ghost.
Fucks the ghost. Yeah, actually, Kesha, the singer, has said that she has had a sexual encounter with a ghost, which is super.
How do you know?
Because she went on interviews and said it.
No, I mean, how do you know you've had a sexual encounter with a ghost?
She was pregnant 9 months later.
She had a little ghost baby. And then there's
submission.
Yeah, submission, which is the opposite of dominance. Sissification, which is, you want to explain sissification, John?
I don't have a good definition. I'm just reading.
Yeah, it's like taking away someone's masculinity. By either like forcing them, it's like, it's not against their will, forcing them to like wear women's clothing or like, do feminine things. It's not against their will, but it's like against their will. You know what I mean? Like they're like consenting to it. Like, oh no, don't do it. But like secretly I want you to, because that's my king. Yeah.
So S has a couple cool ones. Well, not cool, weird ones. Scatophilia, which I'm sure you guys could figure out what that is.
It's poop. I know.
Turned on by poop. Sensory deprivation.
Yep.
Which just like being turned by hoods and blindfolds and shit. Side rod homophilia. Side rod homophilia. Which is a rod? Side rod homophilia, SIDERODOMO It's a rare kink where individuals get aroused from trains.
Oh, cool! Hey, not a boy. What?
Listen, wait, time out. I have to defend myself on that one, Ryan. Yes, you did come into my house one day while I was masturbating. Yes, I did happen to have a fucking rail fan.
Wait a minute. I need this. No, wait, save this for the interlude. I was not
masturbating to trains going by my fucking television.
This needs to be saved for the interlude episode. The other one for
slavery.
The other one for S I had was Stygiophilia, which is being turned on at the thought of hellfire and damnation, which is
God damn it, Satan! Stop trying to fuck me in Little Nas X.
T is for
turtles.
tentacle porn.
Yay!
Yay! Bad Dragon. Everybody go to baddragon.com and get your tentacle dildos. And then
Send us money, damn it.
yeah, right.
We've sent so many people that
Do
fucking
you think that Bad Dragon would be a sponsor? I could probably.
I would love that.
Oh my god, I would too. Are you kidding?
I bet they would send samples.
I mean, I have a couple here. One, I'm not going to spend any time on. I just enjoyed that it's fucking on here, which is called the no panties rule, like primo.
Ooh.
Two, tits. We've just got tits here. Tits are a thing.
Checks notes. I just have tits.
Triple penetration. We've already been over that a little bit.
Oh no.
We've kind of sort of gone over this, but transvestism.
Yes.
Tricophilia.
Toilet and toilet slave. Kinky.
Yeah.
Bookmark that one for later.
There's a lot of toilet related stuff. Like people getting off on like licking toilets or like, having sex near a dirty bathroom.
Yeah.
Or just being someone's human toilet.
Or being someone's human toilet, which
leads us to the final T word so that we can get off this godforsaken letter, toys. Nothing better than running trains all over somebody's titties. Or Matchbox cars.
I'm gonna take us back to
all night.
Or as John likes to call himself, the little engine that can. That can come.
Thomas the Tank Engine, don't fuck around.
Oh my god. Okay, I have urophilia. It's pee-pee. You like it, the pee-pee. Water, also known as water sports. Also known as water sports. Uniforms. Really digging people in uniform, dressing up in uniform. Yeah. So that's what I had.
That's like my shirt.
Did you show your shirt?
Oh, I'm glad. Oh, I like yours.
Yeah, it's great.
Very good.
I hate everything about this, Ryan.
Well, wait. Let's see if you guys can guess this one. Ursus gallimatophilia.
Something about fucking a bear. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ursus is bear, right?
Getting sexually turned on by teddy bears.
John, we were close.
Yeah, we were.
Okay. V.
I've already gone into V, and there's really only one that I notice here, which is voyeurism.
Yep. I've got a bunch for V.
Vampire fetishes?
Yeah,
that's on here too. But
yeah, there's a vampire fetish, which is
Does anybody have vicrophilia? It's when you get turned on by hearing about other people's sexual practices.
Oh, honey, that's why I ask about all your guys' sex lives all the time, so I can wank off that night.
Ugh, I hate it. I hate it here.
See you say that, but y'all wanted me back, bitches.
Okay, so for V, I have verbophilia, which is being turned on by people reading to you. I have vorarophilia, which is being aroused by your partner literally eating you, like eating your body. So This is hard to do in practice, but like they obviously fake it.
Unless you like cut off little hangnails or something like that.
Yeah.
Wait. The reading fetish. Can you just
biting on their finger? Like, bite my finger.
The reading fetish. Can you just imagine being like at a place like I don't know, like a library where they're reading to everyone, and you just look up, you're reading a book, and to like this whole crowd, and you look up, and there's this dude in the trench coat in the corner, just like fucking.
No, it's not even that bad, Justin. It's just Stan Marsh just fucking yelling, "It's ectoplasm! Ectoplasm!"
I have a friend who's a librarian, and she was.
You mean Randy?
Oh yeah, that's true. That is Randy.
Yeah, my bad.
I have a friend who's a librarian, and she often talks about the people that she has to kick off of the computers for watching porn in the library, and it's very funny.
Wow.
All right, we're getting to the end, so I want to get there quick. W,
That's what she said.
Wife's, I want to get there quick because I'm getting to the end. Giggity.
Oh,
I
never mind.
had wife swapping, which is, kind of like swinging. You just switch partners. I have wax play, which is in the BDSM community, anything involving dripping wax on you, dripping wax on your partner. I have water
Yep.
sports, which is involving either pee or female ejaculate, which I still don't know if it's the same thing or not. The world may never know. And then I also had
Squirting for S.
Yeah, squirting is S, but squirting
squirting is
technically water
S.
sports,
Yeah,
too.
water sports.
Yeah.
And then W was for whips, which is under the impact play umbrella.
So
Now,
so
I might have missed it, but did you say oh fuck, I just lost it. Hang on one second.
did you know that water sports is the number 9 most popular fetish in the UK?
I'm not surprised by that.
Makes sense. I feel like pee play is like a pretty common one.
All right, Governor, I just like a little pee.
Yeah, it seems like it's like pretty.
Not
Everybody.
everyone's from the 1800s, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, but pee play seems pretty easy. It's like you don't have to buy anything. You always have pee in you.
Well, you need a lot of like plastic, I would
It's
imagine.
not like
Put your,
you
no,
don't
no, no, no,
even.
Just put
You-
your partner in the tub. Tell him to get on the goddamn
You just
knees
put
and
him
piss
in
on
the
their face.
shower. That's the
hard.
thing. You just put him in the shower. There's no cleanup. It's not really
I'm
that
letting a lot
weird.
of my fucking true colors
Everybody's
shine tonight.
like accidentally peed on themselves, so being peed on isn't that weird. I don't know. That's not that weird.
Wax play?
Yes, we said wax play.
I missed it. That's what I was asking about just now.
Okay, let's move on to X.
There's no X.
I have xylophilia, which is a sexual attraction to wood. That kind of goes into the tree one. I
Yep.
also have xenophilia, which is hella racist, and it's you can only get it up if you're with a person of a specific race or your own race. And then the only other one I had was an X frame, and that's a pretty common BDSM dungeon tool, and it's literally like the letter X in like 2 beams of wood, and you tie your partner up and do crazy things to them while they're attached to that.
That's it.
And then for Y,
That's currently what she's doing right now.
She is judging you fucking hardcore right now. She's like, I think you fuck. You say I fuck like a rabbit, y'all fuck like rabbits too, bitches. And I don't know why she's from Bridgeport.
So I like your Connecticut humor that I don't understand. That's good.
I don't know why she's from Braintree.
Okay, now I get it. So for Y, I have Yao. I don't know. It's Y.
Yahweh?
Yahweh.
Yeah.
That's a South Park episode too.
It's
That's Jewish God.
Yahweh.
Wait.
I don't know how to say it.
Wait.
But it's known as boys love, and it's a fiction. It's like fictional. It's like a Japanese. It started as like a Japanese genre of fiction surrounding like romantic and sexual relationships between 2 younger men. It's kind of like
But
the opposite of like sapphic literature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
Pretty
it's-
much like
it's-
all of Greek history.
Yeah.
It has to be specifically drawing or attraction to 2 men that you are pretty sure are not gay, and it's
Yeah.
a drawing of them being gay. It's like
Because they're
imagining them.
roommates.
Yeah.
And they were roommates. Okay, and then for Z, I had
Zente. Zente. It's the only one. Zente.
no. There's zoophilia, which is being turned on by animals that are not humans.
I'm not okay with that, with us bringing that onto the podcast. That's not the energy we want to bring to the show.
No. This is not the energy we want to have. But this is also one of the
I'm
ones
just
that I have
thankful
for-
that under B we skipped a certain beastie one.
Yeah, B was
Yeah.
also bestiality. I was kind of saving it for last so we wouldn't start off the podcast talking about animal sex.
Yeah.
Thank
My
God.
mom. I wanted to wait till my mom got too disgusted to watch.
Thanks, Mom.
And then Z is for Zentai, which is getting turned on by lycra or spandex bodysuits.
Zeliophilia, getting turned on by the feeling of jealousy.
Ooh, that's like
Which
the
is
opposite
basically
of perversion.
cuckolding.
Yeah,
It
that's
is- yeah,
basically cuckolding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all she wrote. We skipped over a ton, but that is my ABCs of kink and fetishism.
So what do we learn tonight, folks? We learned tonight that Riv should not have come back to the episodes during the sex trio. We then learned that a lot of our kinks relate to a lot of our other kinks.
Yeah.
We learned that even though he pretends to know a lot, Ryan don't know shit about sex. And we also learned that it's really funny to fuck with Devin.
Yes.
Oh no, we're not trying
She's
to
my
fuck
sweet
with Devin.
angel. This
We're
is my
just trying to
sweet angel.
educate her.
Ryan, I know all y'all's dirty secrets.
I was gonna say you guys need to.
I know what's in the closet.
You guys
because
have
Ryan
a.
texted me first about sizing and whatnot.
You guys have a fucking. You guys have a fuck. Does everybody is the painting public knowledge?
What?
What?
Is the painting public knowledge? The painting?
We talked about the
painting
painting
is
before.
public
Okay,
knowledge.
okay.
go
I
get the
forget if it
painting.
was.
Show
I
everybody how
forgot if the
fucking
sex
awful it
painting.
is.
Yeah, I forgot about the sex painting. If it was like public,
Yeah.
I forgot when we talked about it. Yeah,
We talked
so-
about it because you people made fun of it.
I said it was.
Well, no,
on the
because it just
podcast.
didn't look like anybody banged on it.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
no, we did.
I want
It's
show
gonna-
your work. God damn it, show your work.
I'm not going to get it. It's going to be a
It's
whole
not-
thing to
it's
pull
No,
it
I mean
down.
like when you do long division, you got to show your work. There's no work shown on
Wait
that.
until next Valentine's Day, and then
All
we'll
right.
have a new one.
I hate all about this.
I hate it here. All right, let's do recommendation time because I feel like we're
Here, I'll do the
riding
sound
along
bite.
time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's recommendation time. Recommendation time.
You have to give me 1 second. I was not ready for that, Val.
I did it
I
for
thought
you.
we had
You're
more.
welcome.
Well, you know.
Okay.
So next week, homies, we're gonna talk about porn. Oh, or if you're watching pornography. We're gonna talk about pornography.
How to
Okay.
become an accountant.
How to become an accountant. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is recommendation time.
That sweet, sultry voice that we're missing tonight.
Mhm.
Are we though? I don't think I could handle the fact that your little brother would be talking about sex on the podcast tonight.
Yeah,
I remember in 2001 when that motherfucker was born.
Yeah, I don't want to be reminded of that, please and thank you.
I remember parent-teacher conference night when your mom, however many months pregnant, went into Miss Chekalinsky's class and was like, "What's up, everybody? I'm here." And Miss Check was like, "Somebody give her a goddamn chair, you pieces of shit."
That's a good story. That's a good story, John.
Right? I have a
Thank
stupid
you.
memory. It
like
doesn't need to be this memorable.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to recommend baddragon.com.
Hey. Color me shocked.
So for those of you who are not aware, either through irony or actually going there, Bad Dragon is a sex toy company that specializes in like alternative sex toys. So like dildos that are shaped like tentacles and like fantasy dragon penises. So they have like weird shapes, or like alien penises that have like
Or maybe you just
scales
want to be
and
fucked by a wolf
barbs.
tonight.
There's
They
also
have
we didn't
ovipositors.
talk about ovipositors at all today. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, so they also have this thing called ovipositors. There's a fetish where people like to fantasize that they're being injected by eggs from like an alien race, or for whatever reason they're being injected. So they make these things called ovipositors, and they're essentially like phallic things, but there's a tube and you stuff them full of like these little like silicone or plastic eggs, and you put like slime in it, and then you like shove them in people and like you squeeze it and the eggs go in. So that's the fantasy. So they sell ovipositors there. I'm so mad that we didn't talk about that. We didn't give that nearly enough time. I'm so mad. Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
So yeah, Bad Dragon is basically where you can get them in like any color you want, different firmnesses, different sizes. It's like actually a very high quality.
It is the kinkiest looking shit,
Yeah.
but is also the highest quality
Yes.
shit.
Yes,
It is
it's very
also,
high
like-
quality.
Yeah.
Like if I wasn't like, I might someday get a toy from Bad Dragon just to like not use, just to like look at it, because they look so
An
Beautiful.
art piece.
They are.
She's
They're
gonna
like
put
You
in
have
her
to get it before
tree
Christmas
for
so you
all
can
of
put it
us
on your
to
tree.
find.
yes.
It's gonna be the star on your tree.
I'm gonna start.
Just the biggest dragon dick you can. Just buy it and put it on
Well,
top
they
of the
make
tree.
fucking huge ones too. They make
Yeah, it's like literally
huge.
this big.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
have like I know the little. I was looking. The little ones started like they're like little tiny
Yeah.
baby ones, and then
Yeah.
there's ones that are like fucking like a foot and a half long and like very much that like very wide.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bad Dragon is the brand name. I'm not sure what the ordering time is right now, but they're usually relatively fast. But yeah, it's all like handmade sex toys, and it's like I don't know, like they have like alien fleshlights and shit, and like I don't know anything you could possibly think of involving like.
Please don't screen share, Justin.
Like
Oh
they
God,
have
please no.
yeah, they have unicorn
God.
horns. Yeah. Hold on, wait.
Oh, come on. We just got.
I love it. Look at the unicorn. Look at the unicorn horn. Yeah. Egg plug.
Folks at home listening on Spotify, please do not search our YouTube channel for this episode.
Please do it. Yes.
We just got canceled. We don't have a YouTube channel anymore.
No,
Are you
fucking
kidding
part
me?
is-
They have YouTube has people that do
Time
sex
out.
toy
No, everybody
reviews.
fucking look at my screen because I have to fucking see it again.
Listen, that we're being inclusive right now, so I think this is a good thing. This is a really good thing. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
The worst is that I'm seeing it. I'm gonna see it again after this too, because I'm gonna fucking sit here and I'm gonna be like, oh no, Bad Dragon's about to come up in the fucking YouTube channel in my goddamn screen. I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, it's right there again. God, why? Oh fuck, look, it's back.
This is gonna become like Inception. This is just gonna keep going. It's just gonna be a clip of a clip of a clip of a clip of the site. I love it.
I'm gonna see how long I can actually keep this going.
I support that. So yeah, that's mine. We can move on.
Okay.
Fuck.
It's just gonna be Justin's head over and over, next to a bunch of weird dildos.
I had something I wanted to recommend, and now I can't remember what the hell it is.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty good at fucking sidetracking us, so.
That's true.
How about I will recommend Back for Blood because the beta is out and it's fucking awesome. It's not fully released yet though. It's a great game. It's the next Left 4 Dead. By basically the same exact studio who actually made most of Left 4 Dead, the original two. But they are bringing it back and it feels just as good as it used to. So Back 4 Blood.
It's in beta right now, so it's got some issues that you got to work through and report. But it'll be out in October. Okay, so Ryan took one of the two that we were gonna recommend. So I will take the other one, and that's the Suicide Squad. It was very fucking good. It was very enjoyable. I liked it 1,000 times better than the first one. Great acting, a lot of surprises. Go watch it. It's on HBO. So yeah, the Suicide Squad, really good. That's my recommendation.
I mean, my recommendation, I got two tonight. One, Connecticut Renaissance Fair. I got hired to work in the bar. Hey, go me, alcohol. That starts September 4th, thereabouts. And then the other one I've got is Hubba Hubba, a small little Cambridge store where it's a woman-owned sex shop. It's wonderful. Go buy your dildos and whatnot from them.
Ooh, I have some tea. I have some tea about Hubba Hubba.
Look how far I've gotten this thing to fucking go down.
Listen, I have heard some not so great things about Hubba Hubba from people that have worked there about how they treat their employees. So an alternative place is Good Vibrations in Boston.
I've heard exactly the same things you've heard about Good Vibrations.
It seems like I've started to realize that like the sex toy industry is like rife with weird shit, which like, okay, water's wet. This looks like.
I love that it's just my fucking face. Thanks.
Yeah,
John.
there's no more alien fleshlights. It's just Justin's face. Devin, do you have any recommendations?
I'm me and I'm on this show, so I'm gonna recommend Happy Wax because that's what I got for my birthday. And currently, according to Ryan, the whole house smells like white girls lining up at Starbucks, but to me it smells like a crisp fall day. So I recommend Happy Wax. You can get any kind of scents you want. I've already begun fall scents because I might as well just live in the fall and winter season and just not exist for any of the others. So that's my recommendation.
Are they like wax melts?
Yeah, so they're just like it's just a wax melt. So you just plug it in, no flame, totally flameless, and they're also all natural and they're local too.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have a. Yep, go ahead.
My house smells like fucking Starbucks at the beginning of fucking October.
It smells like a crisp fall day. It's pumpkin spice latte meets like.
I was gonna say, does it smell like you're getting skull fucked by pumpkin spice?
Maybe
a little bit. Yeah.
So this is the melter that they sell, and then if you look, all of the melts come in little gummy bears.
They're
shaped
bears.
like bears. Yeah,
and
I remember.
The best thing about them is that you can mix and match your scent. Okay, so if you don't want to go all pumpkin spice latte, you can mix it with I mix the pumpkin spice latte with the mulled cider to create just a beautiful.
Oh yeah, I could definitely tell why Ryan thinks that it smells like a white girl's.
Yeah.
A white girl's Instagram.
Yeah.
White woman's Instagram.
Okay, so that's all we got. As usual, check out our website. We are on almost every Tuesday, 8 p.m. on YouTube. I put up audio episodes when I get a chance to on our Spotify and anywhere else that you can find our podcast audio versions, but we recommend that you see us on YouTube because you get all the funny video stuff. So make sure to subscribe. Does anyone want to do Steve's thing since he's not here?
Oh, I
comment,
will.
subscribe.
God damn it, you motherfucker.
Nobody heard that, so someone do it slower.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Hit that
bell notification.
Leave us a comment. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you dislike. And join us for the I can't think of the correct terminology. Join us for our network happy hour coming up at the end of this month here.
Wait,
it's gonna
when's
be all
that?
of what's that?
When's that? I don't know.
I don't exactly know just yet. I just Powers just posted it to me earlier tonight. But it's gonna be all of us on the network getting together, doing some drinking, me getting lit, and then making an ass out of myself again.
You know what? I just realized you didn't wear your penis head at all today, John.
You know why? Because
you
it
don't love
smells
me.
awful, and I don't want that on my face.
That's what she said.
Oh, it's almost
Listen,
Christmas
there's a
time.
kink for that, Val. We learned that tonight.
September we're gonna start planning our next wish Christmas. So yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited for that. Because
it's gonna take like a month or 2 months to get the stuff in. So we might as well start it in September.
Justin, do you want to hear the funniest part to this? Yours is still, and I quote, in transit.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Okay, so join us next week. We're going to be talking about porn. That should get really fun.
We're going to talk about porn.
Yeah.
We're going to be classy. I think we've been classy thus far. I think this is not gone nearly as weird as it could have.
No. It's been much more educational than it has been vulgar.
And it's just going to go downhill from there. Like the porn one's going to get weird, and then the interlude's probably just going to be gross.
The interlude is going to be a game show trivia thing all about sex. So it's going to be
that came out good.
It's going to be fun.
Why did I almost say potatoes? Your potatoes look good.
Potatoes.
My brain said potato.
I'm going to call them potatoes from now on.
Because tattoo is kind of like potato too. Your
And then
tattoos.
I also got this one on the back of my leg.
I think
I
I'm
want to
having
get a tattoo. I want to get a potato tattoo. A potato
Everyone say
tattoo.
goodnight, please.
I'm having
Everyone
a
say
stroke.
bye-bye.
Bye, Daddy.